Okay, we got report out there, and this guy even confirmed it. Mofe Duncan, an actor, okay, Nollywood actor, he confirmed that his marriage is over. He confirmed the news of their separation, saying that, it is what it is. It has happened, and he's still, very cordial with the family. I think ex-wife's family or all that. Marriage, I believe, can be fixed. They look very, very gorgeous then together. 3 years ago when I saw the wedding pictures, it was such an amazing experience. You could see in them the happiness and all that, but you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Okay, I watched Burna Boy's interview recently with Sway, and I'm so proud to be a Nigerian. You know what I'm saying? I've always been proud though.
There's something my granddad always said to me because he knew what I was gonna end up being, right? And he's like, while you're while you're fighting for Africans and trying to, do that, do all this, use one hand because you're going to need the other hand to fight off the Africans that are going to be fighting you. Do you
Real.
understand?
Yeah.
So it's like we also have our own problems.
Of course.
You understand? Mentally as well, because like at the end of the day, it's like when with all that's happened, the game has just twisted and become backwards to the point where it's like, even right now, look at what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
This is not Nigerian. This is not African. I mean, that's not my point. My point is, like, instead we should be doing stuff for you to see and for you to kind of like emulate in a way. You understand? Like we shouldn't be the ones bringing Balenciagas and stuff to Africa. We should be bringing Africa to you. You understand what I'm saying? But
And that's why Whiskey, Davido, Burna Boy are making it big, because they are actually representing the country. Now, it's way more than music. That's what people don't understand. It is way music. You being a musician, Fela is a musician, right? But he's forever remembered because of what he has done. He's an activist. Muhammad Ali, okay, isn't just an ordinary boxer. Okay, there's something he represents, something positive, the movement and everything. An interview that I was watching, Tyson was talking about Muhammad Ali, and he was weeping that he, on the flip side, is this kind of guy that talks smack about anybody. He says, F you, go to hell and all that. But Muhammad Ali was more concerned about his reputation.
You know,
Why does it make you emotional? Is it talking about him or the relation to you?
me, fuck me. Ali's a giant. There's no way other fighters can match him. He'll die for this shit. He'll die. I'm not gonna die for this.
So that's what these people stand for, and it's more than music. It's more than that. Okay, it's you representing something. That's what keeps you going.
you have to understand there's also different parts of Africa. You get me?
Okay,
There's the Africa of the rich kids where it's like they just got everything. Yeah. And then there's the Africa of they don't even know where to sleep type shit. They sleep on the mud. And then the rain will fall and wash them, and then their kids will die type shit.
Yeah.
Real. This
That's
is real.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it's all in the same Africa. They could even be next door neighbors. You see what I'm saying? So two of them are gonna have different views.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you cannot be strong anywhere if your roots are not strong. I'm already speaking on a lot of things, and like that you never get another Nigerian artist to sit down here and speak on.
Okay.
Because like me personally, I come from that background. And you get me, the whole Fela Kuti background and rebel background. So I'm kind of ready for certain things that might happen.
Okay.
And have happened. You see what I'm saying?
But Burna Boy is just so real. That's the kind of interview I love watching. Now, speaking about marriage, Toke Makinwa trying to shade her ex-husband. Toke Makinwa said here, by now my ex will be telling his new girlfriend how bad I was, and the girl too will be feeling pity for him, thinking she's got a saint. Two idiots. Come on, Toke Makinwa, you have to move on. Come on. I know breakup could be pretty hard for some people. Most of the time, one person find it hard to move on. But even though they try to pretend, I think Toke Makinwa is the person here who is finding it hard to move on. But yeah, it's not easy. Get married and break up, your marriage crash, and then again, you don't come on social media and put up something like this and make it seem like it's funny. The comment didn't really, seem like you're joking or laughing or you found it funny. Well, Toke Makinwa makes acting debut in Market Must Sell.
In 2 weeks, my market has to sell.
Nah, single, don't worry. You're not on man. I'm not on woman. So we can be on each other.
Before you finally find that prince, you have to kiss a lot of frogs.
Shut that tail.
Get it.
Even if I fall or stumble, even if you cause me trouble, I won't let it get to me. I won't let it get to me.
I can't wait for it to drop so I can watch and I might react to the movie here. Now, speaking about Daddy Freeze, I watched his recent video and he talked about artists paying OAPs because Daddy Freeze has been accused of collecting money illegally, using his position as an OAP to collect money illegally from this up-and-coming artist to play their music. He has been accused of that and he addressed that recently. Even LD joined him on that. They talked about it. There was one thing he said: why do gospel artists charge for events? He said no free gospel song. So why you as a gospel artist would want him to do a promo for you free?
Question 1. Why do gospel artists charge for events? If you go to Apple Music, how many gospel songs are free? Gospel, I'm not coming to the seculars now. Gospel. If a gospel musician can charge for his music, why does that gospel musician want to sit down with me and discuss with me for 5 minutes and not expect me to bill him for it? You are singing a song, quote and unquote, for your God, because obviously you and I don't serve the same God. Because I don't know how I would make a gospel song and charge for it. I don't understand. I don't understand it, but you guys understand it. It's all well and good. I don't. I'm not going to bash them, but I'm just going to doubt the potency of their God. I remember getting a text from Airtel to download Nathaniel Bassey's song, a gospel artist, in the middle of his Hallelujah challenge for 50 naira. If Nathaniel Bassey is selling his music, why would I promote it for free?
He also mentioned his encounter with the band, and it seemed like what the band said during that event still vexing him. Kind of. I thought that didn't really get to him, but obviously what the band did at the event got to him. He said the band tried to ridicule him, in front of everyone. The band at an event said, I pay my tithe, Daddy Freeze. You may not be paying your tithe and blah, blah, blah. But I didn't really see anything wrong with what the band said. But, Daddy Freeze will always be Daddy Freeze.
So if I tell you that I've sat down, I look at the bands, for instance, and I cannot look at anything he's done for me, and yet he's on stage embarrassing me, standing with his pastor to make me look silly, and the whole world is cracking jokes at me. Anyway, that's all gone. I can't be bothered. But it just made me wake up and realize that, look, I'm closing artist chapter. Anybody that wants to help artists should go and help artists. My profile does not say artist management. It does not say artist helper. It does not say artist friend. Leader of the Free Nation, Bible scholar. I teach the Bible. I discuss the Bible. My world revolves around the Bible.
And also, there was one thing he said again about ungrateful artists. The artists are ungrateful.
Let me tell you something about artists. In my humble experience of 23 years, artists are the most ungrateful, are the most, I'm looking for the right words, most entitled set of people I've ever met. Look how they treat their record labels. You are nothing. You come to a record label. The record label spends 50 million naira on you. You blow. The next thing like this, you are raising shoulder for the record label. Come imagine radio presenter that helped your career.
Okay, but there's somebody here who came to bash Daddy Freeze, like really, really bash Daddy Freeze. You know, it was crazy. Said that Daddy Freeze is a hypocrite, deceiving the gullible and lost souls. That Daddy Freeze, you know, would preach this but do the opposite of it. Like, this guy has a lot of things to say. His name is Alexander Thandi Ubani. Yeah, he really, really, you know, touch on some core parts here. You know, you can pause and read for a while, but yeah, that's it. I just want to move on to the next one. I'm gonna be talking about MC Galaxy. It's funny to see that what MC Galaxy have turned himself, you know, into. Yeah, like MC Galaxy has turned himself into an Instagram model, or should I say Instagram celeb, that thinks he can only get attention sharing young girls' nudes, vibing to his song. He has become someone like that. So I saw another post on, you know, that he shared, and seriously, I saw a girl without bra, okay, dancing, and you shared that on your page. The thing that they don't know, all those people that do these things, I forget the fact that you're a musician. What I'm looking out for is the girl that's dancing, and I'm looking at the good part of her body. Forgive me. Yeah, I get carried away. People are gradually forgetting the fact that MC Galaxy is a musician, even though this guy is releasing good songs. You understand what I'm trying to say? Even though some of his songs are cool, they're gradually forgetting. And before this whole madness on Instagram, this guy was doing numbers. When I mean numbers, I'm talking about YouTube videos. This guy was getting millions. He was doing millions of views on YouTube. Now, you would think that the way he's running the whole thing, he should be getting millions of views now, even billions. But that's when it's reduced on, okay, YouTube and other platforms, but it's doing pretty good numbers on Instagram, which for me doesn't make sense. You know, because the other platforms are the main thing. If they want to talk about you, the first thing they mention is YouTube views, you know, Spotify streams, you know, iTunes. That's what people talk about. This is where I'm going to hold it. Thank you guys for watching. Till we see you next time. Peace.